Hi guys, for today's trade of the day, we'll be looking at the CAD yen. And as usual, we start off with the monthly. So what we want to do on the monthly is really to look for the long-term support and long-term resistance. And we see that price has actually been in a downwards trend since December 2014, making lower highs, lower high here, lower high here, lower high here. So if we were to connect these three lines, what we can see for sure is that price is in a downwards trend, and I would like to put this level as our long-term resistance. So let me just put it there. We want to confirm this long-term resistance with Fibonacci. I mean, now it's already confirmed with graphical, but we're going to confirm with Fibonacci. So let's take the last retracement here all the way to this swing low here. You can see that they actually test the 61.8, came back to test the 61.8, so I'll just leave the 61.8 there. So this seems like a good long-term resistance. And now what we want to do next is we want to look for long-term support. Graphically speaking, we can see that there is a sort of a long-term support here where price tested once, came close second time, tapped and rejected the third time. Right, so let's just call this the long-term support. We want to see whether we can confirm this level with any Fibonacci resistance, retracements or extensions. Now, retracement is not possible because price is just moving swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low. So what we can do is we make use of this zigzag here to do an extension. Swing high to the low here and back to the next high. And we see that price is actually quite close to our 76.4, right? Quite close this area here, 76.4 extension level. Okay, so we have an extension level 76.4. Okay, so now that we have our long-term resistance, long-term support, let's go down to our weekly time frame. Now on a weekly time frame, let's tidy up the chart elements so it's easier to analyze, and we just really want to look at this area. I want to focus on this area. Okay. I'm going to tidy this up. Okay. And what we want to do on a weekly is also look for support and resistances. In terms of resistance, what I see here is graphically this level here. Okay, and same thing, we want to see whether we can confirm it through any Fibonacci retracement or extension. So in terms of retracement, let's take from the recent swing high to where price spiked and rejected. We pull all the ratios. We see that price is close to a 38.2 retracement level. So let's just highlight the 38.2. At the same time, maybe we can try to take a zigzag extension from this place, second point and a third point, to see whether we get any nice levels. Interesting to note, the 23.6 is at the same level here as the 38, and also the extension for the 61.8 is also our retracement of the 61.8 here. Alright, so I'll just highlight these two levels, both the 23 and the 61.8. Okay, so now I have my weekly. I'm going to try to find any long weekly support. Of course, graphically speaking, there's a price spike here, but we're not sure because it's quite a strong rejection twice. Let's just see whether we can find any Fibonacci extension from here to here and to the high, and let's pull out the ratios. 127.2, not really. Or what about this extension here? as a one time. Right, so this seems like a strong level to break, and only price breaking below will see a drop towards the long-term support. So let me just draw the arrow so that you guys are not confused about the one-time movement. Okay, so this is the extension that I took, right? This point to this point and back up here. So now we have our weekly resistance and our weekly support. Go down to the daily. Okay, the trend line is quite far away, so I'll remove this and I'll keep this level here. Okay, and let's tidy this up. See, I will remove this 61.8 extension because it's also a bit too far away. We have the levels here. Now on daily, we actually see, we want to focus on this drop here. We actually see price doing a strong back and forth pattern between this range here. All right, let me just highlight it. Right, it seems like a very good range. So we can tell for sure that because this is a strong key level and this weekly resistance is also a strong key level, what price could possibly do is just back and forth in this area, and then it can choose to break out to the downside, the long-term support, or otherwise it can choose to break out to the upside towards the long-term resistance. All right, so these are the two possible scenarios on the daily, and because of all the wild swings in the market right now, it's best to keep things wide. But for trading opportunities, let's go down to the 4 hours and just take a look. Likewise, let me tidy this up. Remove this arrow because it's too far away. Okay, so what we like to see now is whether there are any short-term trading opportunities here. First and foremost, I'll take a retracement of the recent swing high to swing low to see where price really is. Open up all the Fibonacci ratios and we see a price actually tap the 88 level, right here. This 88 falls in line with our long-term 23.6 and also our shorter-term 38.2 retracement level. And what I can say for certain is that price is in sort of a descending triangle. Okay, you can see this pattern here. Okay, let me just draw it for you guys. So we have a sort of a descending triangle pattern here. What I would like to do is actually wait for price to come close to the weekly support. And once it's at the weekly support area, I'll buy for push up to the resistance. The first take profit can be descending triangle resistance line. All right, and then the second take profit can be the weekly resistance. Okay. So again, for the trade of the day for CAD yen, what I like to see is I'll wait for price to come close to a weekly support. I'll use the weekly support as my entry and I'll play a bounce towards the weekly resistance because price is clearly in a range, and we'll just see how price breaks up from there. If in the longer time frame, if price breaks above the weekly resistance, we can be sure that there's a push up towards the long-term resistance. If price breaks below the weekly support, we can also be sure that there's a further drop towards the long-term support at the 68.71 area. That's it for today. Thank you.